This anime Vanguard situation is actually just incredibly sad, and basically what we're going to talk about in today's video is all about anime Vanguards and how their biggest update got screwed over by something that's not even really in their control. Now guys, just so you know, our goal is to eventually get to 100k subscribers, and to everybody that subscribe, I will be doing a unit giveaway and some other giveaways when trading releases. So if you want to be part of that, then don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get this video started. Now the reason why I'm saying this situation is actually incredibly sad is because from my conversation with the developers, it's already pretty much confirmed by now that this update would have already been released like 2 weeks ago, if not earlier, probably around 2 weeks ago, if they did not get hit with the copyrights. And because of the copyrights, not only did they have to remodel over like 20, like something like 14 something units like that, 14 to 20 units, because the amount of units in update 9 is 14 plus their shiny model, so that's around 20 plus units that they had to remodel, which obviously will take a lot of time. Also, they had to get the concept art lawyer approved and all that different stuff, which not only costed them a lot of money, but also costed them a lot of time. It's genuinely one of those sad moments that I have for Anime Vanguards because I love this game, right? I think everybody that watches this loves Anime Vanguards, but Anime Vanguard's biggest weakness has always been its update times, right? But for the previous couple of updates that they've did, update 7.5, update 8, and 8.5, they have been able to release these updates at a relatively good pace, right? They had the events to hold us off while we were waiting for the units, and they released consistent sneaks at least. They also had a bunch of events that we had to do or we could do while waiting for the update. So that was actually, one of the reasons why it didn't feel as long. I mean, we had so much events that we could be farming while waiting for the next update, and by the time we were done with the events, the next update would probably already be done and close to releasing. But nowadays, that's not what's happening, right? It's genuinely been like about 5 or 6 weeks now since the last update. It's genuinely heartbreaking because I have people in my comments saying that if the update doesn't release next week, they're gonna be quitting. They're gonna be quitting Anime Vanguards. And while I understand that, man, because there's really nothing left to do in Anime Vanguards right now, but this is genuinely not their fault. Right now, Anime Vanguards is sitting at a measly 14,000 players. The last time that they've been this low, I think, was somewhere around update. I don't know when the last time that they were this low in player count, but 14,000 players is just incredibly low for Anime Vanguard standard, and it's not even their fault, to be honest. That's the part that really hurts the most here. As a YouTuber and also as a player, we could have had this update, and we probably would be closer to update 9.5 now had they not got hit by the copyright strikes. And it's one of the most heartbreaking things ever. And what's worse here is there's other game like Anime Last Stand that does not need to get copyright strike or does not need to, remodels. I think Anime Last Stand right now hasn't been hit by any major copyrights yet. From what I'm seeing from the recent updates, the models still look one-to-one with the actual characters. One-to-one pretty much. Not all of them, but pretty much most of them are one-to-one with the characters still. And the way that I feel about that is right now they're at 100, they reached 150,000 players just a while ago, and the fact that they're still not being hit by the same copyright strike that Anime Vanguards is being hit is very unfortunate, because it feels like Anime Vanguards is just getting the unfortunate end of the stick, or the short end of the stick. I don't know how that saying goes, but it's really unfortunate for Anime Vanguards. The run that Anime Vanguards was on from update 7.5 to update 8.5 and even hopefully in update 9 was generational. Had they not been hit by copyright strikes, we would have had the best 4 updates streak ever in Anime Vanguard's history. Update 7.5. Wait, let's start with update 7 first. Update 7 was I don't want to say that word, but it was dog crap. It was really bad, but then since learning from update 7, they completely did a 180, and now they did a more player-centered approach. They wanted to give what the players want, and in update 7.5 they did exactly that, what in my opinion was their most best update to date, right? Update 7.5 at that point in time was their best update, and then they released update 8, which in my opinion is kind of as good as update 7.5. I like update 7.5 personally even more because of Esconor. But with update 8, it was still a very good update. They had Griffith, they had Guts, and they had, the Battle Pass characters. And it was really a fun update to grind. It wasn't really hard as well, but it was really, really nice. And then in update 8.5, they released Broly, which is one of my favorite characters, and Bull is actually done really well as well in update 8.5. He is a very hyped character, and he's a very overpowered character as well. And had they not been hit by the copyright, we would have gotten, in probably around 3 weeks time since update 8.5, which is about 1 or 2 weeks ago from now, or maybe about 4 weeks wait, we would have gotten the most insane streak of updates, man. We would have gotten Deal Over Heaven, Wonder Review, Silk Song, Hollow Knight, after, those peak updates. But now, that's genuinely been broken. And it's actually just annoyingly sad, honestly, because the amount of people saying that these devs are, lazy, bro, they're not lazy. This is just genuinely out of their control. I have been trying to get some information from the developers, asking them how close is this update to releasing, like when is the trailer gonna drop, how much work is being done. They haven't really, actually they have been giving like hints. They can't outright say, a release date, because I think delays can happen potentially. But from what we're thinking right now, from the numbers that I've calculated and potentially predicted, I think it's going to be releasing around 1 or 2 weeks more from now, which that would be the longest wait in Anime Vanguard's history. And to be honest, YSEP did say that it would be the longest wait in Anime Vanguard's history. The longest wait apart from this was the update 6, which I think took about 5 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks. Which is the PvP update, and that was not even nearly as close to how big this update is. Let's talk about the comeback as well for Anime Vanguards, right? This is again another one of those very sad situations, and the reason why it's very sad is because right now in the anime tower defense sphere, Anime Vanguards is the only game that has been hit by that copyright problem. Basically, what this means is that all the other games that are currently right now out do not need to remodel most of their units, right? They can still release updates with their units that looks exactly one-to-one from the anime. Anime Last Stand, Anime Guardians, Anime Crusaders, these are good examples. Take a look at their recent updates and they're still one-to-one with the anime. Anime Vanguards, however, doesn't have that luxury anymore, and they now need to go original and basically make their own models. So, like if you go take a look at a Wonder Review, if you go take a look at game polls where they have been discussing how some of these sneaks will look like, they're going to be right now at least from the games that are still alive, the only game that's going to need to actually do remodels. And this is definitely gonna hurt their player base, probably not significantly, but there's definitely going to be a lot of people, a good amount of people that are saying Anime Vanguards is AnimeDefenders because of the models not being one-to-one anymore. It's genuinely out of their control, but I can already see the amount of people getting mad at the models, even though the models are probably going to be decent. Case in point, the Wonder Review model, if you were on the Discord around the time that it released, people were talking trash at the Wonder Review model, which honestly, for me, actually looks pretty decent. Like, they cannot genuinely, from what I've talked to them about it, they cannot make it more closer than this, otherwise they would risk copyright. This is literally as legally as far as they can take it, which is, and the fact that people are still crapping on it is just very unfortunate. And there's definitely going to be a lot of that with the models that are going to be releasing in update 9. So not only did this copyright strike only hit them, they're the only game that's been hit by it so far, at least from the games that are still alive. They're also the only game, their biggest update, their anniversary update, suffered from a delay from something that's out of their control. And also the models are going to get most likely or crapped on by a bunch of people, which is again very unfortunate. And all of these very unfortunate circumstances happen to our goat of a game because of something that's not even in their control. That's it, really. But I know Anime Vanguards will come back. AV will come back from this death for like the 4th time. As long as they don't get hit by another catastrophic copyright, they're most likely not gonna die. That's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.